You are missing on countless great government contracting opportunities. And today I'm going to be showing you the number one reason why you are missing on these great government contracts. So, to start off, I would like to show you the problem and I would like you to come to the same conclusion as me. I would like you to write in the comments or just think to yourself or give me a thumbs up, a virtual thumbs up, a thumbs up that I'll probably never see. But I would like you to think about it and tell me if you've ever watched a tutorial on how to search on sam.gov. This could be a tutorial on YouTube, you read a blog, an article, you had someone show you how to search on sam.gov. I'm going to give you a second, think about it. Now, I would like you to think about if you've ever watched a tutorial on how to search on Google. Take your time. Most likely, without even knowing what you answered, I know that you probably said yes to the first question and definitely you said no to the second one. Why is that? Do you see the problem? Do you see why it's an issue? The issue is if sam.gov was a efficient government contracting search engine, you would not have thousands and thousands of government contracting YouTube videos explaining for hours how to search sam.gov. It's because sam.gov is a problem and Google is not. Now, what actually make sam.gov so bad? You probably have an idea. You probably never thought about it. You just think I don't like this. It feels like so much work searching on sam.gov and reading government contracts on sam.gov. It seems like it's the biggest part of the struggle. And I've talked to many businesses in the space and it's the most annoying thing that they of all the process, like doing the actual work as a small business, it's not even the issue. It's finding the contract on sam.gov, understanding what they're talking about, or submitting a bid. It's that's so annoying. So one, it has terrible keyword search, and I have an example here to showcase why that's the case. Now, I came here and I started searching for cleaning for HVAC, and it did not find any matches. Now, you might think, okay, well, there are probably no contracts about this, or maybe you're using too many words. Well, then I would like to ask you to explain this. Can you please explain how there is a cleaning for HVAC system government contract? It's literally in the title and it's active and it was not able to find it. That's just the first terrible thing about sam.gov. It has terrible keyword search. You type in a specific word, no answers. You type in a broad word and you're getting results left and right that have nothing to do with what you search for. The second annoying thing, or a lot of people would tell you, okay, ignore keyword search altogether. It's not working, it's not efficient. Well, use NAICS codes. Here's the problem with NAICS codes. There are thousands of them, literally thousands. And many opportunities fall under multiple codes. So you could have a cleaning opportunity that could potentially fall under two codes or maybe three codes. And let's say you get all the codes, you type all of the codes in sam.gov, you could still miss on contracts if the government agency used the wrong NAICS code in their contract. So it's not even your fault. Like you might do your due diligence, you put in all the NAICS codes and some, and you're filtering through a lot of because you put in a lot of NAICS codes, and then even then you might miss on government contracts because the agency put in the wrong NAICS code, and it's totally understandable. It's human. You have thousands and thousands of NAICS codes. It's gonna happen that somebody would probably put in the wrong, misclassify an opportunity. Now you might tell me all of that. I'm okay with all of that, and yeah. It's so far it's not it's annoying, but it's not that annoying. What I find the most annoying is the search results are very hard to navigate. Very hard to navigate. And I'm going to show you an example. Here I'm searching for medical supplies and I got 22 results, which I'm lucky because I used keyword search and I got some results. What I find so annoying about sam.gov results is they have these ununderstandable titles. You have a number and then you have some text that doesn't make any sense. They put in a lot more details than needs to be there, and in most cases they don't mean anything to you. You can't get an idea about the opportunity. Another thing here, you don't get a lot of information. So what you have to do for each one of the results is you have to click on it, scroll down, read the general information, make sure the deadline has not passed, then scroll down and read a long description. And you have to do this for every single search result. I'm doing this for this. I have to, okay, I don't like this, I have to go back to the search result, do it again for the second one, and I'm faced with another long description that I have to read. And then some cases they don't even have a description. You have to download the attachments, read them, then you say, okay, this is not a good opportunity. It just keeps going on. You see what I mean? I'm just trying to show you I've only looked at three opportunities. I just want to decide, is this something I want to bid on or not? And it's extremely difficult to understand these search results. So now you might say, okay, well, a lot of people they've been saying go local. Like, why bother with sam.gov? Go local. So what I did is I've gathered all the state, local, and city education government contracts, all the major ones for all states. There are 300 plus of them, right? And each one of them is different. But what I've came to the conclusion is these procurement websites they have a competition on who can make the worst website, who can make the ugliest website, who can make the least user friendly website. This, for example, what I'm showing you here is the New York State procurement website, and that's a big one. Like New York State procurement website, they have a lot of opportunities, they have a lot of people visiting their site. And here I'm filtering by open bids, by the way, and their search results look like this. And you have to do this for 197 times. You have to click on each one of these, and this is not okay. This is not okay. Having to do this, read this, it's just impossible. And the fun part is just that's just one website. If you want to actually go into more detail and you actually want to find information, you're going to come back to me and tell me, I want to go back to sam.gov. Honestly, procurement websites for state level, they are heinous. So that's not really solving my issue, and you are still missing out on great opportunities. So what I'm trying to tell you here, it's not your fault. The number one reason you are missing on government contracts is not your fault. Is the tools that you're given, they're not good enough. And that's just a fact. The tools you're given are not enabling you and your business to succeed in government contracting. So what is the solution? And that's what I'm going to show you today. What you are going to use to your advantage is AI. And the platform I'm going to show you today is samsearch.co, but I would really recommend that you pursue implementing AI in your government contracting process, and I'm going to show you why and how. Now, when it comes to searching, let me just open this. When it comes to searching, you want a search engine that is able to understand what you're talking about as a human. So, let's go back to this search result. No, sorry, this search we did earlier, cleaning for HVAC. Let's try and do it. Will it be able to pick it up? So, since this search engine is using AI, it understands the context of what's being said here. And as you can see, it easily found. Another nice thing I like about this is I saw immediately, although it's an active opportunity on sam.gov, that the deadline has passed. It's past due. So I don't bother. I don't waste my time going through this, although it says active, going through this. And just because I missed something, I have to read the attachments and go about this. No, right away, this is not something I want to pursue. I can click on active only, and right there, I'm only getting active government contracts. The other nice thing about this, and let me go back to the example we have, is that we are getting an AI generated summary for each one of the results. So I can quickly make bid, no bid decisions. Do I want to bid on this or not? So as you can see, Department of Defense has issued solicitation for cleaning services for an HVAC system, deadline, NAICS code set aside for small businesses. Just like that, I was able to know exactly what the agency wants. Is this something I want to bid on or not? Is this something interesting to my business or not? Another thing that I want to highlight, and maybe with this example I wasn't able to, is that you don't have to get the exact keyword. You don't have to get the exact NAICS code. For example, I could say here renting spaces. And if you're in the space, you know that the word that they use is actually leasing and not renting. But because it's smart, it has AI, it understands what you're talking about. It was able to, for example, this opportunity was able to dissect it and understand that this one is they're asking for a fully serviced lease of 1,800 square feet retail space. It understood that renting spaces is the same as leasing spaces. And just like that, you're not missing out on this opportunity. This is a major, major relief for me because I know if I mess up and write the wrong thing or I misspell the word that I'm using, I'm not gonna end up with no search results like that. I'm gonna get search results, and then with each one of them, I'm getting detailed AI generated summary so I can quickly scroll through these results. Okay, I don't want to do this. Okay, I want to do this. Save it. Let's save this, get back to it later. Just like that. And that's just on the federal level. Let's say you want to search across state level. And that's for all these websites. We're talking about 300 websites across all states. What you can do is you can search across all of them. So I could say, for example, let's say we want to do mental health. See, I'm using a very broad term, which probably if you search using this on any procurement website, you're probably not going to get anything. But I search mental health, and as you can see here, mental health professional. This one is in South Carolina. This one, something mental health institute. This one, for example, behavioral therapy training. It understood that behavioral therapy training is the same. It falls within mental health. So this one is in Vermont. This was in Los Angeles County. This one is again in Vermont. This one is a school in Wisconsin. And you can filter by the state that you want. So I could come here and say, okay, I want to filter only in Vermont. And just like that, we are going to get search results in Vermont. As you can see, this one, Vermont Department of Mental Health. So this way, I'm able to search quickly through so many sources in one click. And you can do the same for federal grants as well. You could just change here. And these one, if you are in the education, for example, space, you'll find a lot of grants here. So this is a good opportunity for your business as well. And I didn't even talk much about the filters here. Just like that, you're ignoring all the opportunities that are active but have a missed deadline. You could filter by the contract type, the NAICS code, the set aside code, all of the things you're used to. Now, let's say you don't want to do the search yourself. This is where the schedule feature comes in. So what you can do is you can come here and whatever you search for, you can this way let AI do the searches for you. So I could say I want mental health contracts in Vermont, for example. I want to be notified of these on a weekly basis. Now what's going to happen, and I'll show you an example actually. Now what's going to happen, I'm going to receive an email to my inbox with detailed government contracts across federal, state, local education, and grants for what I search for. Just like that, somebody else is doing, and I'm getting AI generated summaries, I'm getting deadline, the state, all of the details I need. I could just click on this, review it, and there you go. So now I don't even have to be actively searching. The AI could be doing the searches for me. Now, another thing that I think is very annoying with SAM.gov is the long description and long attachments that we have. And it's hard to dissect those. And what you need to be using is AI. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So I want to find an opportunity that has a lot of attachments just to show you what I mean. I'll settle for this one. Now, when you have attachments like this, the reason why I settled for this one is because the attachments have numbers. And in most cases, when there are a lot of them, it's almost impossible to know what this means if you just look at the number. It means something to them maybe, but definitely not to me. So before I download this and download all these documents to read them, I like to summarize them. Let me just summarize them to see what they're talking about before I even have to download them. And as you can see here, we're getting a summary of what this document is about. I'm getting information like delivery address, telephone number, size information. So it seems like this document has all the details. So maybe I need to look more into this. Now, let's say you have a lot of attachments and you want to ask specific questions. What you could do is you can utilize Ask Sam Search AI. And this is, you could think of it as your chat GPT for your government contracting needs. I could ask it any question and it will pull that information from the description and from all the attachments. So I could say, for example, summarize this opportunity and give me key requirements, for example. And we're getting detailed opportunity summary and we're getting the source where it's getting that information from. And then we're getting the key requirements. And you can keep doing this. You can just ask it questions. Instead of reading through a long text, what you're doing here is you're letting AI read through the documents and in a friendly way, you can just ask it questions. You're chatting with it. Tell me more about this requirement. I could just do that. Tell me more about this requirement. Tell me where I have to submit this. Tell me the contact information. Tell me exactly what this requirement means. Oh, I don't know what this acronym means. Can you explain it to me? You're doing this with an AI. It's completely friendly. It's easy. You're not struggling reading jargon, technical government contracting jargon that just I wanna slam my head through the walls. And sometimes when I read this stuff, it's just very difficult. The next step, once you understand the opportunity and you want to place a bid on it, you can use generate a proposal. You can utilize AI to generate proposals for you. So how do you do that? You select the attachments of the opportunity and then you select which documents from your own documents that you've uploaded when you signed up do you want the AI to take information from to write the proposal. So for example, I wanted to include my capability statement, my business capability statement, my past performances, my compliance documentation as well. I don't want to include these PDFs because they're not relevant. And I can also upload any files. Let's say we want to provide a pricing quote. I could upload a file here explaining, detailing my pricing quote of this opportunity. So the AI can take that information and write about it. And just like that, we're going to generate an outline. And I'm going to show you what that would look like. As you can see here, we're getting a detailed outline that covers all of the main points in the solicitation, and also it's going to take an inspiration from your own documents. And what you can come here and do is you can tell the AI what to write about. So let's say we can say here the writing plan, for example, summarize the key services. You could say mention, for example, XYZ, my past performance. So you could modify and tell the AI what to write about and what not to write about. You can add a section, you can remove a section. It's really up to you. It gives you a comprehensive outline. So you might see that some of these sections are not needed. So you could just remove them just like that. As you can see here, you could just remove, add whatever you want. Now, once you're done, what you can do is you can just generate a proposal. And this will start writing all the sections as you mentioned in your AI writing plan in the outline, and you don't have to wait here. You'll be notified once it's done writing the proposal. Now I'll show you what this would look like. I have a proposal that I generated before, and another step that's nice about this is you can edit using AI. So what you can do is you can, as you can see here, there's a chat here, but what I like to do is I like to highlight things. Let me just highlight this properly. Once you highlight this, you can come here and ask it explicitly what to do with that text. You could say, make this short, for example, and mention briefly, for example, my past performances. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this for an example. And it will write that section exactly how I asked it to do. So I could just come here, copy, paste this, and where are we? Yep. Copy, paste this, and just like that, we are done. So it makes editing also way easier. You can download this once you're done, and there you have it. You could just edit using AI, you can write using AI, you can find government contracts using AI, you can understand them using AI. So you need to utilize AI for your own good to make sure that you are not being wasteful with the time you have, because the most important asset we all have is time. You can try this out yourself. I'll leave a link for it in the description and you can see it for yourself. Thank you so much and see you soon.